Welcome to Spotlight at the Groove Suite, featuring today's smooth jazz and R&B artists. When jazz trumpeter David Wells isn't making music or performing live, he spends time operating his non-profit organization, Chocolate Jazz, which is also the name of his internet radio station and 2-hour syndicated radio show. On October 14th, the Chocolate Jazz radio show will be added to the programming here at the Groove Suite. David and his co-host, Aaron Clubb, have joined us to provide some information about the show and more. David, you've joined the ranks of other jazz artists who have syndicated radio shows. What made you decide to get into the radio business?
You know, one of the things that developed an interest in us becoming a radio broadcaster was to help get the word out about the Chocolate Jazz Foundation.
This is true. That's partly true.
What's the other?
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. Well, for me, I guess actually for me it would be, we have such a passion for our genre of music, smooth jazz, and we're in an area where the media is not there.
That's right, West Virginia.
Yeah, we're in West Virginia, and just there's no smooth jazz stations around.
And what was funny is that you were raised in near St. Louis, Missouri, and I was raised in Dallas, Texas. Yeah. And then we come into an area like West Virginia, and it was just, we loved the music and we wanted to get it out.
That's right. And also the format, a lot of the stations' formats were changing too.
That's right.
And the closest ones to us was like 2 hours away.
So that was the reason why.
Yeah, it was a way to help keep the music alive.
That's right.
You know, and because it's great music. There's no question of that. And plus, like you said, it was a great tool for us to promote chocolate jazz.
That's right.
You know, I thought you guys would have thrown in that it was also a great way to make sure that David's music got played. So what exactly can music lovers look forward to hearing on the Chocolate Jazz radio show?
Now, I think the show consists of...
Yeah, what is the show? Because you are the producer of the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's grueling hours and hours and hours and hours.
So what does the show? What the show consists of? Real contemporary, music.
Yeah, and I try to keep the grooves there because one of my philosophies, as far as this genre is concerned, I want to attract more listeners.
Right,
and that means attracting listeners from other genres of music that they, because the normal radio station, you got your rock, your adult contemporary, and so forth. But if we can keep our music similar to that kind of genre, right, we'll attract other listeners to our genre.
I think also one of the things is that we make an attempt to have interviews with national artists. And that's...
You notice you said attempt?
That's right. It's not easy either, and so we do that. And I think one of the things that we like is the dialogue between two personalities, even though sometimes we don't make sense.
Yeah.
we have a good
corny.
time. That's right. We have a good time with it, though.
But the concept, all in all, is to have a show that's different. We have the great music, but we also have the concept of it being a little different, which we include, like the Chocolate Jazz Top 10, which is our own form of a chart. Right. And then, of course, we have, I also believe that part of the concept of the show is to bring familiarity with the older music that used to be out there. Because, I think once music's out there, if it's good today, yesterday, tomorrow, etc. So
one thing about the Chocolate Jazz radio show, it's a 2-hour radio show. It's a weekly 2-hour radio show that we actually, of course, we record beforehand. And
it's music intensive.
That's right. That's what people want. They don't want to hear us talk.
we got a little bit of dialogue, especially on the first hour.
Yeah, we have what you call West Virginia dialogue.
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense.
No wonder we have problems. Because I'm not from West Virginia.
I'm not either. I'm from Dallas.
You was born here.
Yeah, and then I got to an age where I realized where I was at.
Oh. No, you just went where your parents went.
That's right.
Well, from the bantering you guys do, it sounds like it's going to be quite an interesting show. So what's the connection with the Chocolate Jazz Foundation?
Well, one of the main reasons that we created the Chocolate Jazz Foundation was that one of the first things that is cut in through the public schools financially is the music programs. Is that right?
That's right. The arts, music arts.
And so what we decided to do is that we've had a year. For a year, we've been doing chocolate jazz concerts, and then we just implemented the chocolate jazz concerts as a source of raising money for the public schools.
That's right. And we decided to go create the foundation to give us more credibility with the, because we're not in it for the money. And of course, it helps us with the each location because they're already nonprofit and so forth, and it helps us to get in the door. It helps us to promote it better, get more grants, and etc.
Right.
But that was the main purpose of creating the foundation was to get an organization going to help actually keep the music alive in our communities.
Wow, that's really nice. And I'm sure the schools you've assisted over the years really appreciate your commitment to such a worthy cause. Tell the listeners about your Chocolate Jazz concert series.
Typically, it's in a banquet setting, and there's a lot of desserts, coffees, hot chocolates.
Sometimes
whatever.
Wine and so forth.
Yeah, very well. If it's in the school, it's not wine.
That's right.
But
that's after the concert.
But it's a unique way of raising funds for the school is to actually have a concert and have a professional artist come in and do the performance. Because I've always compared it to like selling popcorn.
Yeah.
You can sell popcorn for $25 a bag, and then of course most of it's going to go to waste. But to me, this is better value because you're going to spend $15 on a concert ticket, and you're going to enjoy the night.
Right, but also how they make their money is that 100% of all ticket sales that they raise actually goes towards the program, as well as if they have like silent auctions or they have raffles or drawings, all that money goes towards the to the music program at that particular school. One of the things that Aaron forgot to mention...
I forgot because you didn't give me a chance.
is that we hire professional people to come in to do the sound, the lighting, the staging, the whole ambiance of the whole evening, because it's that night. It's about a concert that night.
Yeah, we try to give it the most. We try to do the best we can to make it a concert atmosphere.
Right.
Wow, that is really cool. If you want to find out more information about the Chocolate Jazz Foundation or the Chocolate Jazz Concert Series, go to chocolatejazz.org. Now, David, I'm curious. I do everything here at the Groove Suite, but it's nothing compared to what you've got going on. Where do you get the energy to manage your music career, your foundation, and your radio station?
It's DJ. It's 4 words. It's called 4-Hour Energy Drink. It's those energy drinks that anyway.
Was it the 4-hour or the 5-hour?
6-hour now.
6-hour now.
I don't know. I think if you would talk to my wife and she would ask you about that, or you would ask her that question, she would tell you that I'm a workaholic.
Well, no, she wouldn't.
No, but anyway, I think I consider myself a workaholic, and if it's just like if it's on the weekends and I see myself sitting down watching television, I just can't do that. I have to get up and do stuff.
Oh, is that why she finds you on the couch in the office napping? No, I'm kidding.
You about stupid.
Oh.
No, but no. I think it's it's actually in us. It's to keeping the music alive.
It's about the love of it.
Something that we believe in. The radio station. I mean,
No, if you love it enough, you'll do it for free.
Oh my gosh, man! What have you been smoking, man? Jeez, DJ.
David Wells and Aaron Clubb, you guys are something else. Thank you both for taking the time to shine in the spotlight at the Groove Suite. We're looking forward to having the Chocolate Jazz radio show on the station. Before we wrap things up, is there anything else you want to share with our music lovers?
I think everybody should come and check this show out.
Sure.
Come and listen to Chocolate Jazz Radio every Sunday night, 6 p.m. here on the Groove Suite.
Here's the title track from the CD Friday Afternoon by David Wells at the Groove Suite.